I'm Selna Kim, America's face of dating, and today we have quite the DM. Actually, it's about this guy who has been dating this girl for about 8 months, I believe he said, or today actually is his 8 months today, and he found out that she was sending another guy nude pictures, and so he wants to know what to do about it because he's in a position where he's like, I really love her, I really care about her, but he's like, I don't. He's like, I feel like I can't trust her anymore. And so he says that he's actually starting to feel toxic because I can't trust her, but I'm still with her. And so he's kind of stuck in this gray zone. And something you need to understand, like about cheaters, is that, let me just blatantly tell you, people just don't fucking change, man. They just don't change, okay? It is the rare exception of people out there that actually make a catastrophic change in their lives. But people, they will do the same habits that they have done throughout their entire lives. And it's very sad to see, especially with cheaters right here, is that it probably has nothing to do with you, but it's just the fact that they're just unloyal, they're liars, they're devious, they're manipulative, and that she went and cheated. You know, it's like you can't trust somebody like that. And there was a point in my life I love this DM here, this message, just because I correlate to this. I even read about it in my book here. Is that the first girl who I guess I loved, I guess you could say, um, about a year into our relationship, she ended up going and fucking my best friend at the time. And it's just like there was a point in my life where she, it's just like, like she was like, oh, I'm sorry, like it was just the one time. And I found out it was multiple times. And there was a point when I even walked in on them. And I'll get to that more like in a second, but I walked in on them and then she's begging me to stay with her. She's like, please, like I promise I'll never do it again. I'll change. I've changed. Like I will make it. Like I'll do anything for you. And it's just like there was a point in my life where I tried a month after, like even after she was fucking my best friend, I tried for a month after I knew that she was cheating on me to make it work because I was like, like I love her, and if I love her, then I'll accept her for the way that she is. And so I started feeling toxic myself, and I was like, but it just weighed on my mind. I was like, I can't, I can't let her go out without me being like, is she gonna cheat on me? Is it gonna be another night where she fucks another dude or fucks my best friend? Because I found out she was a liar. I could not fucking trust her. And we'll get to that more in a second, but it's just like, I feel that because, there was a level where I was like, like if I love her, then I should accept her for who she is and forgive her, right? Because love is about forgiveness, right? Fuck that shit. If someone stabs you in the back, if a bitch decides to fuck your best friend, because that's what a bitch is, man. A bitch will fuck your best friend. That's a bitch right there. And if she does that, then fuck her, man. Get her as far away from you as possible. If she's sending other guys nudes, get her as far away from you as possible. It's just like you don't want people on your team who are liars, who are devious, who you don't know what their motive is, what they're gonna do if they just give in to the impulse that they're horny. They're like, fuck, I might as well just throw my pussy at somebody. It's disturbing to me that people just operate on such a low integrity, and I just don't accept that in my life. There was a point in my life where I tried to accept it, I couldn't. It's impossible. It's like trying to swim upriver. There's a point where you're gonna get tired and you just have to let go because the river's never gonna stop, right? And so let's just jump right into his DM here, and he's like, hello, Kim. I'm in a situation where my girlfriend tells me that she was talking to a man, and when I realized that while they were talking, I took action and discovered that she sent him a nude. I told her that I trust her, but now I have trust issues, and how can I deal with it because we love each other like crazy? We're 8 months in today. It's our 8 month today, and now I'm having doubts in the problem that she is loyal, like am I the toxic one? And she doesn't want me to go, but what should I do? Thanks for listening. Here's the thing, bro, is like, you kind of hit the hammer on the head of the nail, or however they say it, is that you're literally just like, I feel toxic because I love her, I care about her, but you discovered that she sent another guy a nude picture. You literally went in there and saw that. That's fact right there. While you guys were dating, you guys been dating for 8 months, and she's sending some other guy nudes, I would be like, she's cheating on you. She's cheating on you, dude. It's like, do you want to live your entire life with this girl? And that's the decision I had to make. Like I told you, I was dating that girl. She was gorgeous. She was stunning. she was a cheerleader for this minor league hockey team in the area. And she was, like she was just amazing. Until I found out that she was fucking my best friend. I literally talk about in my book here that I was club promoting, and one of my promoter buddies literally was sleeping with her behind my back, who I thought was my best friend at the time, was fucking her behind my back, And I discovered it because one of the people that were like actually with him, they told me, they're like, hey man, they pulled me aside and they actually were kind of cool about it. They're just like, hey man, Melanie's cheating on you. And I was like, what? I was like, she wouldn't fucking cheat on me. She's in love with me. But I found out that she actually was. And he showed me text messages proof. She was sending him nude pictures. They were fucking everything. And I was so fucking confused. And so it's actually a pretty wild story. I actually dressed up. I dressed up as... So I found out that the person that was fucking her, basically, he was working at a club. And while he was up working at the club, he was promoting this club, I found out that she told me one night that she was going to hang out with her friends at some other location. And she didn't know because when my friend told me that she was cheating on me, she came over like a couple nights later. I didn't bring it up. But what I did was like I wanted to go through her phone while she was sleeping, which is kind of bad, right? But this is when I was very mature. But I went through her phone while she was sleeping, found nothing. She deleted all the evidence like it wasn't even there. So I was confused. And I was like, you know what? I was like, what if it's just made up? What if they're just trying to get in my head? What if they're trying to plan something behind my back? I was like, I don't know what's going on, really. I was gullible, didn't know people that well, but I was like, what's going on here? And so I put her location to where I could, because we both had iPhones, and so I put her location to where I could see her location, right? I knew where she was at all times, and she didn't know that. She didn't know that I had that location on her phone now. And then I deleted the evidence that it was there, so literally, like, I could see her location. And she didn't know that I was seeing her location. And so one night she told me, she's like, hey, I'm going to go hang out with my friends. I'm over in this area. I think she said like her friend's house in like Broad Ripple. I check her locations and she's downtown Indianapolis. And that's where I knew. And she was at the same exact club that my promoter friend was at, who he was promoting that night. She was at the same club as him. And I was like, holy fuck, she's really cheating on me right now. And something cool about club promoting is that every night that we went out and club promoted, they would always get us a suite downtown or like wherever we were staying at. They would pay for an entire suite for us so we could stay down there and just walk right to the club and just go promote it. And so I knew exactly the suite that he was staying at. And so I dressed up as, it's kind of embarrassing, but I talk about it all in my book, is that I had this girl, she put makeup on me, I had like a wig on, and I was basically like a really weird like cross dresser, because like I didn't want anybody to recognize me, because I was very, very, like, I was well known in those parts because I was one of the biggest promoters in that part. And so they'd be like, oh, I know exactly who this guy is. And if my ex-girlfriend at the time, or like they knew that I was there, they would have scattered, right? And I would have had zero evidence. And so I had to basically dress up as like this cross-dresser to go into this club to see if she was fucking this dude. When I'm on my way to the club, like where her exact location was, I'm about to walk in, and this entire group, like my friend that I thought was my friend, my ex-girlfriend that was cheating on me, and like a couple of the guys, even the guy that told me that she was cheating on me was with them. They're all in this fucking pack coming out, and like I make eye contact with them, and I like dart another way. They didn't recognize me, luckily. I was dressed up, as I said, but they go back to this hotel, and I follow them there, because I'm like, okay, like let's see if this is like real. And I ended up finding out that he was staying in a room with my ex-girlfriend. They were fucking, she was cheating on me, and I was banging on the door. I banged on the door, and then they answered, and she answered the door actually wrapped up in like a sheet. And because I was covering the people, banged on the door, she answered the door in a sheet, like wrapped up in a sheet, and I was like, that's all the evidence I really needed. And I just looked at her and just walked away. And then she started fucking chasing me down the hall crying, and it was just a fucked up situation. But like I basically told her, I'm never going to talk to you again. I don't want anything to do with you. But something I actually didn't put this in my book, but about a month after that, she was like, well, let's just try again. I've changed. I promise you I've changed, right? And she's like, I just made all these promises and everything. I was like, okay, let's try it out. Let's see. Because I thought I loved her. I thought that we really were supposed to be together forever. And it was just me being gullible, me being stupid. And I let it happen. I was like, let's try it out. But that was one of the worst months of my entire life that I tried that out, because I was like, I can't trust you. I can't even let you go out. And I felt controlling myself, because I'd get mad every time she was like, I'm going to go out. And it wasn't even, it was both of us, just because I was like, but it was more the fact that she cheated on me, and I was like, I can't trust you going out. And so I felt controlling because I was like, I don't want you going out because I feel like you're going to cheat on me. I was trying to force her not to cheat on you, but something you have to know about cheaters is that if they're going to cheat, they're going to figure out a way to fucking cheat. You can't stop somebody from cheating on you. If the people are going to do, especially cheaters, they're going to do whatever the fuck they want to do. And you can't stop it. And so it was the worst month of my entire life because I can't trust you. I know that you cheated on me. I cannot trust you. And in your situation here, you're talking about how it's like, I have trust issues, but we love each other like crazy. You're on your 8 months, and something you're going through right now, I think it's called the, it's like, I forget the fallacy's name. I'll find the name of it, but basically what it is that it's like a stock to where it's like, you've already invested so much into the stock, and it's, you can see it's blatantly in your face, it's going down and down and down and down. And people have invested so much into it. They're like, I've already invested so much into it. I don't want to pull out now, right? I want to just like stay committed to it. And it's like, you're telling me like you guys have been dating for 8 months. You feel like you've already invested so much time, so much energy, so much effort into your relationship here that you don't want to pull out, even though you know in your heart that it's the right thing to do. That, you know what, if she cheated once, she'll cheat twice. If she's cheated twice, she'll cheat 4 times. It's a fucking mouthful right there. She'll cheat, but at the bottom line, she will cheat on you again. And it's just like I said, no matter how much she tells you that she's changed, that she's a different person, that, it was just the one time I sent on this nude one time. It doesn't fucking matter. At the end of the day, you can't fucking trust her. And you got to be real with her. You know what? Even though she wasn't real with you, I just believe in living my life as being real with everyone, even if they're fake as fuck to your face. You got to be direct, and you got to go for what you want. She's probably a good person to be a nice little fuck buddy on the side. You're fucking her, you're having some pleasure with her, you're having fun with her, but you can never date this girl, okay? And I'm telling you straight up like that if you date this girl, you just think about it. 40 years down the line, you're gonna deal with 40 years of you having this thought in the back of your head, that she sent a nude to another guy, that she probably is fucking another guy, flirting with another guy, behind your back. Is that somebody that you really want to be your teammate for the rest of your life? Don't answer me. Answer your fucking self, right? I can't make the decision for you. I can only tell you what you gotta do, what I think is gonna be the best route, and what's gonna happen based on which route you take. Like, if you take the route where you stay with her, you're going to have this thought in the back of your head for the rest of your fucking life. What if she's cheating on me? What if she's talking to this dude? And you're going to feel toxic. And it's not even you, it's her that's making you feel like that. That's causing you to feel like that, which fucking sucks ass. I know it does. But it's just like, do you really want to live your life like that? Do you really want someone to be your teammate who's cheating on you? It works in the movies, but not in real life. And so, if I were you, here's what you should do. I think you should be like, listen, let's say her name's fucking like Becca or something. You should be like, listen, Becca, we need to talk. And she's gonna be like, okay. She's probably gonna get nervous, because whenever you tell someone you need to talk, they tend to get nervous about that. Because usually it's never good, right? So what you want to do is just be like, Becca, we need to talk. She's gonna be like, okay. Be like, listen, I don't know if she told you that she sent the nude or not, but I'm assuming that she did tell you or did show you, or like you confronted her in some way, and so I'll be like, listen, I haven't gotten the thought out of my head that you sent this guy this nude, and it's been weighing on my mind every day, and I do love you, I care about you, I love you like crazy, but I can't live the rest of my life like this, okay? I can't live the rest of my life with this thought in the back of my head that you were sending a nude to this guy or cheating on me behind my back. You cheated on me. You did me really wrong. And that's something that I can't ever trust you fully again, no matter what. It's like a hamstring almost, in a way, where it's like, if you tear your hamstring muscle, it recovers to about 90%, but it will never be back to full strength. That's what they say. If you tear your hamstring, you're fucked. You will never ever get it back to full strength, because it just won't heal right. It will never ever heal right. And it's kind of like that with your situation here, my guy. It's just like she cheated on you. Your trust, like you could probably get it back to 90%, but it will never be at full 100% ever again, ever. And that's your choice if you want to deal with that. But like I said, I would sit her down and be like, look, I love you, I care about you, but I can't be in a relationship with you. Okay? And you got to tell that straight up, man. Like, you got to be direct and you got to go for what you want, man. And I highly recommend that you let this girl. She belongs to the fucking streets, man. She belongs to the streets. And that's really all I have to say about this. So it's like, let me know the decision that you make, man. But I highly recommend that if you want to be a high achiever in life, because I'm assuming that you're following my channel, you want to be a high achiever, you can't have people on your team like this. You cannot have people that are halfway in, halfway out. It's terrible for your subconscious mind. It's terrible for your mental health. And you want people on your team who are diehard for you, that are committed to you. I want to end it on that note right now. I'm Selna Kim, America's Face of Dating, and I will see you next time.